Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Zaili and my metric number is A169742. So today I would like to present about the investigations of Apple Incorporated. In 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak brought to a new company the visions of changing the way people view computers. Jobs and Wozniak wanted to make computers small enough for people to have them in their homes or offices. Apple's multifaceted approach, which includes selling computers, smartphones, music players, televisions, tablets, and laptops, has resulted in high brand awareness and consumer devotion. Apple's operational expertise allows it to lead significant product release without having to keep a big amount of inventory on hand, which drains earnings. Apple products are made with revolutionary precision to perform exactly as promised. And because customers all over the world eagerly await that experience, they build a supply chain that's equally revolutionary.
At first, our group wanted to research could be conducted through face-to-face interviews with companies. But to comply with the current social distance policy of COVID-19, we decided to find information and data based on the online search only. We agreed to use a qualitative data collection methods such as a focus group, observation, and others. For the study area, we chose Apple Corporation as our scope research. This is because Apple is the second largest mobile phone manufacturer in the world and has an estimated value about 530 billion US dollar. Moreover, Apple Corporation was chosen because it's primarily focused on the manufacturing and selling consumer electronics, software programs, and online services. For the data collection part, we gather data through online desk research. This includes the company's manual, available journal, websites, and articles that relate to the Apple company.
My name is Muhammad Aziddin Devi Muhammad Aziz. I will talk about their mission. Their mission is to bring the best personal computing product and support to student educators and so on in over 140 countries around the world. While their vision was to bring the best user experience to its customer through its innovative hardware, software, and service. Next was the core value, which Apple has two eras, where the first one is Steve Jobs, which was to make the best product in the market and focus on developing and innovating on selected product. Next was Tim Cook's era, for the core value is change to support the vision, shape the culture, and reflect on the company's value. For the organization chart, Apple has Tim Cook as an Chief Executive Officer, while there are 4 people that are helping him, which is Senior Vice President, Chief Design Officer, Chief Operating Officer, and Vice President. Target customer for Apple Corporation was divided into 3, which is for smart and compact device for 20 to 45, while iTunes, Apple Pay for 20 to 50, and finally for Apple Watch and TV for 20 to 50. Some of the Apple partnership are Foxconn, TPK Holding, Quanta Computer, Gotex, Luxshare, and Qualcomm. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amritpal and I would like to elaborate on Apple's general marketing strategies. Apple is a renowned brand with a world-class marketing strategy overseen and developed by a significant amount of staff of marketing executives. Apple, as a technological firm, understands that it does not need to compete in the lower segment electronics market since it prefers to excel in a specific sector which happens to be high-end premium gadgets. As a result, Apple does not compromise on the pricing of its gadgets, instead keeping them at an all-time high. This is one of Apple's most disputed yet effective strategies, establishing the company's reputation as a premium provider of not only the best services but also the most high-end and luxurious in the market. Apple's incorporated business strategy leverages its one-of-a-kind ability to develop and build its own operating system platform to provide its clients with new software improvements over pre-existing constructs, hardware, development tools, and services that are easy to use, integrate smoothly, and are cost-effective, such as iOS. Furthermore, Apple has always placed more importance on customer pleasure over just making sales. This is a great tactic that will win the hearts of many of their customers while also building brand loyalty. Apple is always listening to user complaints and shortfalls as well as attempting to improve on their mistakes and misgivings. Apple also has a unique ability to connect with their customers' emotions. Apple has invested resources to understanding and adapting to its target audience likes, dislikes, habits, and preferred language. Understanding what the user wants allows Apple to incorporate new software enhancements into the design of its products. Apple also does not use pay-per-click advertisements, as do many other companies and rivals such as Samsung, and instead relies on media buzz and celebrity endorsements to promote their latest product instead. Apple understands that they do not need to go above and beyond in terms of marketing, since their devices generate enough buzz on their own. In comparison to competitors like Android, Apple is also recognized for being extremely protective of its customers' privacy and online security.
There are 10 areas in the operation management of Apple contributes to the growth of the company. First of all, we start with the product design. Despite of the usage of huge work and time, Apple's always try to create design that customer like. They always focus on customer to make the best design. Secondly, if we go to the quality management area, Apple has very high quality standard. There are totals of 9 senior vice presidents in charge of the quality compliance, and Apple also has its own lab to ensure that the product's quality is always as robust as they are produced, tested, and sold. Next, we go to the process and capacity design area. Apple maximizes workforce capacity for product design and development to improve process efficiency. Besides that, Apple also provides directive to its supplier to ensure on the capacity and process efficiency. Next, we go to the location strategy. The strategy that Apple uses is to open Apple Store in bustling city as to attract more attention as customers. Next, then we go to the layout design of Apple Store. The design of the Apple Store is to make customers to focus more on the Apple's product and thus spend more money. So they use more lighting fixture to make product look more appealing, adjusting laptop to 70 degrees to encourage interactions, and applying modern designs such as glass staircase to real customer to enter the store. Next, we have the human resource management. Apple has its own unique policy in managing its employee. One of it is controlling deadline and work performance. Besides that, Apple also provides healthy food, spacious and fun workplace to ensure that its employee can always be happy and creative at work. And lastly, Apple also believes in work-life balance principles. Apple provides generous holiday every year to its employee as for them to take care of their mental and physical health. Next, we go to the supply chain management. The strategy that Apple used in this area including cut down the component supplier from 100 to 24 and using multiple suppliers for the same components in order to increase the competitions between the suppliers so that Apple can gain lower supply costs. Besides that, another strategy is to reduce their amount of warehouse to limit overstocking. Then we go to the inventory management area. The strategy that Apple used in this area including using serialized method to increase tracking effectiveness, using first in first out method to limit overstocking, and consolidating its facility into one single center to improve the operations efficiency and cost effectiveness. Then we go to the scheduling. Apple used scheduling to make sure that facility, equipments, and human resources should all be used to their maximum capability. Last but not least, it is about maintenance. Apple has multiple maintenance teams from numerous facilities to ensure the productivity and cost effectiveness.
In a conclusion, everyone knows that the third global epidemic in the history of mankind, the COVID-19 pandemic, has affected a business or a company. It is no exception with global companies like Apple, but they have managed its supply chain process and activities effectively. This pandemic also has helped it reduce its inventory level by 3% between 2019 and 2020. Its product sales revenue also increased by 11% during the period. Apple is also capable of continuing its status as the world's best supply chain management company if it continues to improve on their area of weakness and traits. Next, for the future recommendation, Apple can improve its operational performance by adding at least 2 extra warehouses so that if one of the warehouses closes, the operation can be taken up by the 2 other warehouses. This would prevent the shutdown of its operation in the event of a terrorist attack, malicious arson, or other sources triggered to the fire, like one that happened at Amazon supply partner in Los Angeles in 2020. Furthermore, as the COVID-19 pandemic showed, the global supply chain of multinational companies like Apple would be affected if not completely shut down during the event of global proportion. Therefore, Apple need to change its manufacturing strategy from one country to several countries, which will guarantee continued production and availability of its product or services so that things that happened during the COVID-19 don't repeat again. Besides that, Apple also can switch from a single or multi-channel supply chain to omni-channel supply chain model in order to give its customer a variety in its retail offerings, address deliveries, and returns of operation. This is because multi-channel give all channels available to the consumer but are not integrated. But for the omni-channel, all channels are available to the consumer and they are connected together.